What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I know it's gonna be late, but at the end of the day, Brandon Jennings has became a Milwaukee Buck last weekend. Well, just the last couple days ago. This is a pickup that I didn't really see coming, even though he played for the D League team. He wanted to get some reps under him. He wanted to learn the plays. He wanted to prove that he can get back to this level since he wasn't in the NBA basically the whole year. He can play. He still can make an impact. He can be streaky. He can knock down big shots. He can be another playmaker, ball handler. You do have Jason Terry. You do have a starting caliber player in Eric Bledsoe. Malcolm Brogdon still down. So you get somebody that can come off the bench and give you some offense, give you some playmaking, give you some scoring. But at the same time, Brandon Jennings is a guy that they already have experience with. Obviously, I think that was under different ownership when he was there the first time, but he's a guy that's already been a consistent professional. He's a guy that is going to come in and play his role. He might cause some little controversy every blue moon, but they only signed him for a couple weeks. The Bucks is not really known to make a big playoff run. I'm not saying it ain't impossible. I'm not saying it ain't likely, but honestly, with the roster they have right now, they can compete with anybody in the Eastern Conference. Cleveland look a little bit vulnerable at this time. You also got Boston. Kyrie got injuries. Al Horford is in and out of the lineup. Matter of fact, the whole damn team seems like they're in and out of the lineup. And then you also got Toronto, who looks like the best team in the East as a team, as a unit, offensively and defensively. They look like one of the more complete, well-balanced teams. They're one of the best offensive teams and one of the best defensive teams in the top 10. So they have everything going right for them. They look like the best, well-put-together team, top to bottom right now, especially in the Eastern Conference. And that's the only team that you really feel like, after losing to them last year, the Bucks obviously have gotten better too. Their bench has gotten better, and Giannis has gotten better, and so has the team around him. And the young players like Thon and Henson, they have gotten a little bit more consistent. They added depth with Terry, they added depth with Jennings, they added depth with Zeller. And then they added Shabazz Muhammad. So they going deep. It's a lot of talent, like I told you guys, in the NBA. A lot of people play overseas. A lot of people play in the G League. A lot of people playing in summer league. You have a lot of chances to evaluate talent. You have a lot of chances to find new talent, and it's a lot of players that haven't made it back into the NBA that's still waiting. You see Trey Burke, you see Jennings. They've been out the whole season waiting to get an opportunity to play for a team and show that they still can be in the league. So show that they still can be a veteran. Show that they still can play. And that's crazy that you find guys like that's not even in the NBA for half the season, and you still can have a chance to get that type of talent and add it to your roster, not as a starter, as a bench player. Corey Brewer, soon as he got bought out, they put him in the starting lineup. Joe Johnson been getting quality minutes, and like I said, Shabazz Muhammad, they just, hey, this is a solid player. They add him to the roster. Now they got an NBA veteran that's going to come play hard. And same thing with Brandon Jennings, a guy that a lot of people gave up on, especially after he tore the ACL. They thought he would never be the same, and he had fought hard, giving you a 16, 12, and 8 game today for the Bucks. I do live in Wisconsin. I do live right by the Bucks, but I do not go to Bucks games that much. I'm starting to go a little bit more because the team has gotten better, but at the same time, I am a Celtics fan, so I put the Celtics over the Bucks any time of the day. But at the end of the day, I think this is a good pickup for them. I think paid dividends, especially if they want to go small, if they need somebody that can knock down threes, if they need somebody to bring them back to life. And you get as like I said, as a total team in general, you added depth to positions that you need, and you're getting NBA quality players at the end of the day. I think that's the biggest message out of all the free agents that signed this year. They might not be starters, but they can help you. Trevor Booker, Corey Brewer, Joe Johnson, Brandon Jennings, Trey Burke have all been exceptional coming off that bench and giving you quality minutes for $1 million, quality minutes for $2 million, quality minutes for under $1 million. And that's a beautiful thing, to have a league where you can literally go out there and get talent. Remember the Memphis Grizzlies team a couple years ago? They was going in the G League every week. The Anthony Davis and the Pella, every week they was trying to go into the G League and pull somebody up, try them out with a 10-day contract. The NBA is at its best to me right now because you have so many players coming in through the draft. summer league, college, G League, overseas. It's just so many great players that you can put on your roster, and the Bucks have proved that as they've been getting closer to the playoffs, as they getting closer to locking up their playoff seed, they added more depth, and that's one of their biggest holes was their bench to me. And now they add in the youth and the veteran and the mid players that still trying to resurrect their careers and still trying to make a contribution to a team. And the Bucks are finding gems. Brandon Jennings may not be the game changing player. He may not be a franchise player changing player like Eric Bledsoe has been for them right now, but he is going to give you some more minutes at that point guard position, especially with Brogdon out, and he can still play the point guard. You can move Brogdon to his natural position to two and let him guard other good twos and knock down threes and play off the ball. And you can play off the ball with Brandon Jennings, and he can be a person that can create his own shot, knock down some mid-range jumper, knock down some spot-up threes every blue moon, and that looks good when you have that coming off the bench, and they don't really mess up your rotations either. So let me know what you guys think about this Brandon Jennings pickup. He had a good debut, but then again, he had a good week when he first was a rookie with the Bucks. It's good to go back and give that energy to the team that drafted you and believe that you can be a star. And it's good to see it now. But at the end of the day, we're going to see how this is a low risk, high reward type of deal. Worst case scenario, they let him go and find somebody else next year. Check out my website, NosisPlayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, NosisPlayground.com. Link in the description and comment section below. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going, and let me know what you guys think about this Brandon Jennings pickup.